Hi Capricorn, how are you guys doing? Hope you're having an excellent year so far. We're almost into the 8th month of the year, August, and this will be your August 2019 general tarot reading. Now, you have 6 cards here, Capricorn, and your reading is interesting because there's kind of an interesting mixture of different messages here. Okay, it looks like there's multiple things going on. Some of it is going on under the surface, um, and it's on your mind. I mean, let's face it, there's 3 sword cards here. The swords are mental activity. There's a battle going on, as you can see with the 7 of Wands at the bottom, and the Knight of Cups. Get your emotions together, Capricorn. Let's start off with the 2 of Pentacles, the Juggler. It looks like you've had something. You know what the issue is. If we get straight to it, this is a familiar issue. Maybe you're coming into it from July of 2019, and it hasn't been resolved yet. There isn't yet a solution. In the background, there's a ship. Maybe your environment or your big picture. There's more moving around, there's more juggling around than it looks. So it's not only you, there's others who are affected by this also, it seems. Or maybe it seems that way, but others are not as involved in the matter at hand. Others may not feel it as much as you feel it, is what I'm getting down to, Capricorn. I wouldn't say it's. This definitely relates to a relationship or physical, material things, but it seems like water is involved. Your emotions are involved, Capricorn. You're not keeping things as stable as you would like to. You keep going back and forth, maybe with one thing, or with 2 things, or with 3 things. You may not necessarily intend to, but someone may say you're kind of getting comfortable with this way of life, Capricorn, because you're becoming so experienced with it, and you kind of don't know which way to go. Okay. Now if I look down a bit, I see the 4 of Wands. What's more to say? You've been thinking, and you may not really have gotten somewhere. You may not have gotten a good idea thus far. But maybe this comes up at night, maybe it kind of haunts you. This mental, realistic situation you're in. Or maybe just something is trying to get the last laugh on you, Capricorn. And you're in for it, you're falling for it. Mercury retrograde ends August 1st, and so your head should be back to normal by the time August begins, but this is the situation you seem to be in about something. It may even be a small something, 1 or 2 or 3 I don't know, ticks up your sleeve, but whatever this is, it's got you thinking, Capricorn. Maybe it keeps you up an additional 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes at night, but it's definitely taking it a fair share of a morsel of your sleep, of your life. Not a lot. It's not. You don't blow things out of proportion and lose a whole night's rest. That's for sure. But there's definitely something on your mind. Two of Swords, Judgment. At some point in the month, maybe around the 5th or the 15th of August, it seems you'll make a decision. If not the 15th or the 17th, maybe a bit earlier. I see the 12th or 13th coming up. For some of you, the 7th, which is all good. Decisions, people need decisions, right? And who's going to make them if it's not you? But it seems like you'll be blind to something. It seems like you'll be blind to something, Capricorn. Man, these retrogrades seem to be affecting the signs. Because generally you're supposed to slow down. Everyone's supposed to slow down during the retrogrades. Slow down and take it easy. And analyze. Review what's been going on in the year. Kind of take your time and analyze, you know? Reconsider things of that sort, things of that nature. And there will be 5 retrogrades through most of August. Saturn will be one of the planets in retrograde, and Saturn rules Capricorn. And that will go on until later on in the year. And honestly, what I see here is that you're missing something. You're blind to something. I can't see what it is, so I can't quite give you that help, that clue. And maybe that's the battle, the unseen battle. And you want to become victorious. You want to leave it victorious, but it seems as though there may be early victories. There may be early victories here through August of 2019. You may have early victories and they're going to count. But you're going to keep the same state of mind. But you're going to be a victor. You're going to be a victor with something. And it's going to feel good, Capricorn. Good, nice. I won't say that with the 7 of Wands, I won't say that you're not one of the people you're fighting off, you're fending off, because you get in your way at times, sometimes. And so, I don't know, to an extent, it almost looks like some of what's going on. It's almost like there's phantoms. two of your opponents. Now, in this card, the Seven of Wands, two of your opponents, two of the wands that are coming from below, two of them seem to be yourself. You kind of can get in your way and oppose yourself, battle yourself, Capricorn. At least during this retrograde season. And the others, they may just come and go. Maybe people or proximities, locations that you find yourself to be in. Things may just come and go. But it's yourself who's kind of your biggest ally, but your biggest worry at the same time. And the victories will come. I feel that you should listen to yourself. Listen to yourself calling to become more than you've become. And that's why the King of Swords is here. Now the King of Swords is one of the is one of the court cards. Therefore, this card represents someone. Could it be you, Capricorn? It might be. It's definitely, this King of Swords definitely feels like someone that you remember. You may remember them off the back of your mind, off the top of your mind. For some of you, this feels like you. This feels like the same person in the Seven of Wands. But in order for this transgression, you'll have to get your head straight, Capricorn. You'll have to get your facts in order, have to get all of the files neat and clean and where they're supposed to go. You'll have to untangle this battle, this hidden prison. This prism of what it's become. You're getting there. Because if we take a look at the Three Swords cards, they represent your mentality, they represent your thoughts, they represent your thinking patterns. First, we start off with the Four of Swords, pardon me. From Four of Swords, we go to the Two of Swords. From stress to neutral judgment. From the Two of Swords, we go to the King of Swords. Now this can be a big jump. I'm gonna be honest with you. This can, or maybe it seems like a big jump. Or maybe it's you getting your head back in order. a transgression. This is good stuff for Capricorn. And so, honestly, from the left side to the right, improvement. The King of Swords has nothing hiding below. There's nothing beneath it. Nothing going on the inside. There's no concern, no issue. Like there was before it in August of 2019. It seems healthier. You're treating yourself better than you used to. Kudos to that, Capricorn. And then we have the Knight of Cups above the King of Swords. It looks like you walk away with experience from all of this. August of 2019, you walk away knowing a bit more about who you are. Who you are and what you can stand as a person. Because it does feel like you're going through some turmoil. Honestly. Man, these retrogrades are really there isn't really a whole lot to hide with these retrogrades, huh? They get down to the bottom. I certainly hope you take good lessons from all of these retrogrades, Capricorn. There's a lot that can be learned about who you are, about yourself. Especially if you take the time to listen, take the time to learn, and don't defeat the purpose. And so the Knight of Cups, that's the champion card, Capricorn. Everything else is just a part of the process. And it can't be rushed. If you try, you might have to start over. I don't think you really want to start over, Capricorn. Doesn't feel like you. And you may never tell anyone that you've made this progress, you've made this way, that you're wiser. But afterward, when you look in the mirror in the morning or at night, you may see that you've matured some. And there's nothing anyone can tell you. Nice. And that's how you'll step forward. And so feel free to comment, to share, to subscribe to my channel. This is Lucky Saturn, providing you your 2019 General Tarot reading. Stay tuned.